All right, hopefully it's working. Anyways, okay, so let me go back up to the screen share real quick for you guys. But yeah, anyways, so I know right now the market is kind of selling, kind of not, but I'm still bullish. All right, now let me finish explaining why. All right, so pretty much what's going on here is, hold up. All right, but relax here, bro. All right, anyways, so guys, so I know coming to market open, we kind of sold off a little bit here, but yesterday we took out the internal low, we swept it, and we started going back up. All right, then we pulled back down throughout the overnight session, and we pulled right back up into obviously right now, which is where we pushed up. Now, what is the pattern as to what's going on right now? Well, yesterday, once again, guys, keep in mind we had a low. We took out this low and we went right back up. What happens when we take out a low and we hold it up? Well, that's considered a DOL sweep. What does that mean? Well, that means that our bias is more than likely leaning more towards bullish. All right, although the market sold off, we are leaning more towards bullish, mainly because obviously we took out the objective. All right, so what can we do from this? Well, if you really zoom in here, guys, notice how we have a main low, higher low, and a higher low after the sell-off that we literally just had. All right, so in my opinion, right now, I am definitely leaning more towards bullish, just like this. This would be our MSS model. Why? Because we aren't seeking any new lows. We are creating main low, higher low, higher low. What does higher low, higher low, higher low stand for? Bullish bias or bullish trend. All right. Now, I I know you guys are probably mentioning this 5 minute fair value gap, and I haven't really looked into it. But it definitely does look really good, and we're literally about to inverse it. So maybe we can get an entry off of this. But the thing is, I'm not even prepared with the price targets or anything. So let me get this. Let me get this going real quick. All right. And it's probably gonna be too late for an entry as well. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I spent too much time explaining the bias and everything, but let me see. Let me make sure I have everything ready here just in case. Yeah, dude, we are ripping. Yeah, no entry yet, guy. Oh well, we missed our entry. I missed my entry at least. I was too busy explaining it, but it's cool. Let me see. In the meantime, let me try to get this ready just in case we pull back. If we get like a little pullback back into like a BPR or something with the inverse, maybe I can get an entry into logs. Maybe you guys already took it. I was too busy explaining the setup there. But I'm not really too mad about it because I still need the market to really give me like more of a reading, so I know exactly what to look for. All right. Let me see. 75. And we'll just target the New York high from yesterday, which would be 23,009. Yeah, pretty much 20,090. And then if we do take longs, well, I'm not gonna put a stop loss yet because obviously we're not really in. But yeah, right now the market is pumping up. Now, like I said, I am definitely really leaning more towards bullish. I was kind of hoping that we could have taken out maybe one last low before we go back up. It would be like an extra confirmation, but we don't really need to because we took out the low last night. So we're just kind of basing our bias based off of a higher time frame reading, pretty much, on the lower time frame. We haven't really taken out any nearby levels of liquidity other than the one from last night, but on the higher time frame, we are obviously bullish. All right, so what I'm going to do, guys, is with all of the readings that we have here in the markets, I'm going to wait for, I know we just created a fair value gap here since I kind of missed my entry here since I was kind of explaining the setup. Obviously, I don't know if we're going to pull back down into it. So what I'm going to do is instead of looking for an inverse here, I'm going to look for a retracement into this bullish fair value gap and then look to take longs. All right, that I feel like that'll be more of a better idea. And oh, my YouTube went live. What's up, YouTube? What's up? So thank God my YouTube went live. Hold up, let me go ahead and say that I'm live over here. What's good, YouTube? What's good? What's good? What's good? Go ahead and put out that I'm live real quick. Give me 1 second, guys. Now, maybe some of you guys are getting a little bit of FOMO here. Now keep in mind we haven't really taken out any levels of liquidity yet, so we still have room for higher. Now I know I was kind of yapping a little bit, so I kind of missed the entry there, but we could probably still get one if we just can afford one little pullback in the markets. So we should, for now. I mean, let's keep our hopes up. You know what I mean? So we can have an early morning, one and done. Yeah, now that I know that the market is creating higher highs and higher lows, or maybe not higher highs yet, but we are creating higher lows constantly, which would be down here after the DOL sweep, right here and right here. we're pretty good for a bullish bias, which is something I definitely like. Now I really wish I would have entered off this if I was just paying attention just 1 second earlier. But like I said, if we can afford one pullback in the market after this 5 minute closes, we could probably get ourselves a nice looking continuation model setup with something like this. But the thing is, we will need a really heavy pullback, because remember, we will need to see a 30-point bounce. So you know what I mean, that's gonna be right next to our price target. So if anything, I would need a pullback either back into this inverse or somewhere in the mid. I would say in the midpoint would be pretty safe. But we'll see. I mean, whatever pullback we get, I'm going to try to work my best with it, because obviously I'm bullish until we see this New York high that we created literally like maybe 10, 15 minutes ago. So yeah, hopefully we don't miss our shot into longs. I know some of you guys might be in some longs right now, and if you are, huge props to you for catching this. Honestly, amazing move. I just wish I was paying attention a little bit more, but I was too busy kind of explaining the setup, like I said. Wait, I'm gonna go ahead and kind of, in the meantime, kind of work around this level real quick. Which level was it? Yeah, it was this Asia low. Go and mark it out just like this. Asia low, DOL. Swept. All right, there we go. But I'm really hoping we don't. I know we have a lot of buying pressure here. We have 1 minute left into this candle. I just need one pullback before we at least hit this New York high. Just because we hit this doesn't mean that anything's gonna get out of the picture. But obviously that's a target that we could have definitely used for a possible take profit. You know what I mean? So hopefully that's not something that we take out off the bat. Hopefully we can afford one pullback, just one little pullback, so I can find one entry for you guys and including for me as well. But we'll see. Like I said, I would love, the best possible entry right now would be based off of a midpoint. I would say, guys, instead of waiting for the usual 30-point bounce, we would have to place our stop loss where we would have placed it based off the inverse, which would have been like 30 points down here, maybe. And then we just trade it into higher, because like I said, guys, or I don't think I said it, but what I'm trying to say is if we wait for a pullback into the midpoint and wait for a 30-point push up for the confirmation, our price target is going to be 15 points, which is not something I'm trying to, you know what I mean? So maybe if we hit the midpoint and we see somewhat of a bounce, I would take it. And then I would set my stop loss somewhere like down here, for example, like this, and then we could work off that. You know what I mean? That'll be a little bit better, with a little bit better of a risk reward. You know, a little bit more than 1-to-1, which is way better than 15 points. You know what I mean? Which would be 0.5 to 1. So yeah, I'm not trying to do that. You know. But yeah, we'll see what we can do here. All right. So hopefully NQ is able to hold down some selling here, so we can obviously, you know, tell, you know, if we're gonna retrace or not and actually go up. But yeah. All right. Oh, I cracked my jaw. All right. So this next candle opened up. Now can we afford a retracement? I really want to see one into this midpoint. The midpoint is the best part of the gap, of this current gap at least, because remember, guys, we wanted to enter off of this inverse. I couldn't get an entry because it was too late. But if we go back down, it's like we're pretty much entering off the inverse again. We're gonna get the same exact entry. You know what I mean? Just based off of another fair value gap, which will be this one. All right, now all I need now is for the market to just go down a little bit. You know what I mean? We hit the fair value gap. We hit the fair value gap, right? But I don't think it's enough to really take longs. Now, if you do get a 30-point bounce from this, I might just take some starters, maybe, because obviously, like I said, my bias is really bullish, and I do want to see higher. We have a lot of fair value gaps to the upside to really take out here. It's just, you know, I just want to get the best entry possible. I don't really want to force an entry out. And worst case, guys, worst case we miss an entry here. I'm gonna see how the market reacts based off these two levels of liquidity. Once it takes it out, I do believe we are gonna take it out sometime, you know, soon. And if the buying pressure still looks very strong above this level of liquidity, and you know it seems like buyers want to continue going higher, we could probably take something off the 5-minute gap right over here and just look to target this this Asia high over here, right up here. We could probably do something like that, because yeah, right now it kind of seems like buyers are really stepping in. We did get a pullback. You know, to be fair, we did get it. It's just not what we wanted. So obviously I'm not gonna take anything yet. But if I do have to wait for something to really step in, I don't really mind waiting for another 50-point push up to inverse this fair value gap above, and I might just take longs off of that instead. You know what I mean? It kind of sucks that I kind of missed this one though. I know I keep mentioning it. I'm sure you guys get the point that I'm a little bit like you know, we could have been done for the day for sure. Um, but it's whatever. We'll just wait for the next one for sure. But yeah, it looks like we're about to take out the New York high right about now. Yep, there. Oof. Okay, I like that buying pressure. All right, so now obviously we're not really gonna be using this for value gap anytime soon from the looks of it. But like I said, if buyers look really, really strong above 22,976, we could still look to take an inverse off of the fair value gap that we created last night based off of the tariff news. All right, so keep that in mind. All right, so although we might have missed our entry off of this right here, and we didn't really get too much of a we didn't get too much of a retracement that we wanted to see at least off of this fair value gap. I'd rather just inverse everything that we have to the upside, which will be this one right here, and we just take longs. All right. So yeah. Let me kind of change up the price targets here then, just because I'm going to be targeting something different instead. So if we take longs off of this, we'll be targeting 23.48. So wait, let me kind of retype this. So it'll be 23.48.75. Then we'll be targeting 23,090. And then we could probably even target all-time highs, which will be at 20,112. Okay. And with the market being a little bit volatile today, I would say a 30 point, for now at least, a 30-point stop loss might look a little slightly better to us. The thing is, I'm not trying to be married to the bias, and what I'm trying to say is I'm not trying to stay super bullish, because remember, guys, I know right now we might be really, really bullish. But you guys got to keep in mind that if we go a little bit higher, we're going to take out all of the overnight levels of liquidity. Well, at least the London. You know, we still have the Asia, but we have London, and New York. All right, so don't be super bullish as we go higher. But if the signs are there that buyers are still in a lot of control, then yeah, we could definitely look to inverse this. But right now, obviously, I'm still trying to develop more of like a confirmed game plan. I'm trying to see what I'm more open to. But for now, I'm definitely more open to longs just because, you know, the way buyers are stepping in and they look beautiful and everything. All right. Now, I'm curious. If we would have taken longs off of the 30-point bounce, which would have been here, our price target would have been 20 points. Yeah, no, regardless, I wouldn't even have taken longs off a 30-point retracement. I'm just worried that we get a rejection off of this DOL sweep followed with a bearish fair value gap. I mean, if we do, we can always inverse this fair value gap below as well. It's not a big deal. But it's whatever we're gonna get, it's gonna take a few minutes for sure. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to find something I can really stick my bias to, and then, you know, just stick to that and go off that, you know, throughout the entire morning. But for now, like I said, it's definitely gonna be longs and, you know, a bullish bias for sure. But yeah, now we're about to target this London high over here. We're kind of just edging it. I'm assuming we're gonna hit it soon. But I just want to see what reaction we get based off these two levels. Once again, if we hold above it, I'll be bullish. If we start sweeping it and buyers start getting a little bit weaker and all that stuff, maybe we can get an inverse off this, or maybe even off this. All right, so we're open to both sides, right? We have a setup to both in both directions. It's just pretty much see which one is stronger and which one kind of wants it more. You know what I mean? But yeah. In the meantime, let me kind of mark out this fair value. It's like, guys, we have fair value gaps everywhere, but we have one here, we have one up here, we have one down here. Wow. Okay. In the meantime as well, let me kind of mark out all of my levels of liquidity as well, all of my new ones at least. So low drawn liquidity. Then we have the London low drawn liquidity right here. And then well, we're kind of rejecting right now still. I mean, it's not really a rejection. It's kind of more like a little candle here. But let's see if we can hold down this fair value gap. If we can't hold this down and we start sweeping back down, because keep in mind, guys, we did take out the New York level of liquidity. So we did take this level out right over here. New York low. I mean high, my bad. Not low. High. We took out this New York high level of liquidity right over there. So, and we are inside of a bearish rally that we have rejected from as well multiple times. So let's see. Like I said, I do want to take out this high before I really tell you guys what my confirmed bias is, because right now it's kind of hard to tell for sure. But in the meantime, let me continue marking out all of my levels of liquidity over here. Yeah, okay, so we have the MSS model, we have the Asia low, London low, New York low over here. Right, we just flipped this candle from red to green, which is an amazing sign. So New York low, DOL. Okay, so we have Asia, London, New York, fair value gap, fair value gap. Still kind of we just finished taking out the London high, which is an amazing sign as well. So depending on how we react, if we inverse this, maybe we can get an entry into shorts. Like I said, I'm still kind of debating to see what we want to do in the market based off of the reactions of the levels of liquidity. But so far, it kind of seems like we are getting a little bit weaker. You guys got to keep in mind that we just finished taking out the New York high, the London high, and we are inside of a fair value gap that has been rejected like 1,000,001 times, guys. Look at all of these rejections over here, right? Followed with new lows. All right. So, yeah. Now, I know I was leaning a little bit more towards bullish, but a part of me kind of wants to lean more towards bearish. It's this, the model is telling us like, hey, we took out levels of liquidity. We're rejecting off the fair value gap. We're rejecting off the DOL sweep. We're holding below the DOL sweep. So you know what I mean? Like wake up. You know what I mean? So yeah, now we would have this internal internal slash FEG. Yeah, internal slash FEG DOL. FEG low DOL. Kind of more like this. Now, I kind of doubt that this little tiny fair value gap is going to hold with the type of rejection we get. But it's really only a matter of time until we really see. Yeah, if I'm gonna end up taking shorts, let me kind of get the alert ready just in case. You never know. I mean, because so we don't miss it like how we did with the first entry. So. Yep, there's the fair value gap getting filled. So if anything, we're gonna have to use the fair value gap from below, which will be the one down here instead, which I'm fine with. It's just it's just gonna take a little bit longer. But the reason I'm fine with it is because just because we took out this fair value gap down here doesn't really mean that we took out any levels of liquidity, which is fine. Now we still kind of have like a little micro fair value gap here, which we could still kind of use for like an early entry. But worst case, 47 seconds left. We're right there. It's like a 1 point fair value gap. We need something. We might have to use this one instead. All right, so in the meantime, let me kind of get everything ready just in case. So 22863, 22852, 22,831, and 22,808.50. Those will be my 4 price targets if I do end up taking shorts, which could be off of this very, very tiny gap. I don't know if I would want to take it unless the selling looks extremely strong. All right, so the next candle opened up, so maybe shorts off this wouldn't be so bad. I'm gonna mark this out, guys, just in the meantime. Doesn't mean that I'm entering or anything. It's just so I can have it on the chart and know exactly what to look for. And then I would target all of these all the way down here until 808. And then I would have an extra price target, which would be the fair value gap below, which would be at 22,927.50. So about 5 price targets. And then if we do take this trade, which will probably be very, very soon, we would have a stop loss at 22980. Somewhat like this. Now, I want to see how the selling comes through. Because if it does come in nice, which it's kind of whatever, we could possibly look to take shorts off of this gap. Now, this gap is super skeptical because it's literally like the size of an atom. But if this gap doesn't really end up holding down, but we still do end up forming the MSS model, we could look to take shorts off this one instead. Because it kind of seems like the market kind of pulled back and they want a little bit higher, which is honestly normal or fine because ES has not taken out this level of liquidity over here, right? And NQ hasn't taken out the last night's London high either over here. So yeah. Now, if the selling does come in really, really strong here, like I said, if we get a green to red candle flip into a new low break, I would be open to taking shorts. And then obviously I will kind of use more of like a 30-point stop there. So yeah. Let me see what we can get here. I really want NES to take out this London high so we actually have a really, really, really good reason to go down. Because right now we have a good reason to go down because we took out the London high over here. But we do have a little bit more room for higher. But let's see what we can work with. Because so far it's kind of like buyers and sellers are kind of fighting for a position. But now that we see that sellers are trying a little bit harder to fight for the position, it kind of shows that sellers are really trying to step in now. And it makes sense. We took out, once again, the New York high and the London high. We have yet to take out the external high. But I mean, we could start rejecting starting now. You know what I mean? But we have kind of more of an S&T here. Or, not really. I mean, kind of, but not really. Right? Because obviously ES wants this high. It's kind of acting like a magnet here. Right? So it's kind of holding NQ from going any lower. Right, let me kind of like resize it just so you guys know what we're looking for, right? So this is kind of gonna act like a magnet. So if NQ holds this fair value gap up a little bit, you know, for some time, it's normal. But if it doesn't, then obviously we know that NQ is the weaker one, which obviously we can see here, green, kind of red. You know what I mean? So yeah, let's see if ES can take out this high and dump back down in the next 2 minutes. If we're able to do this, then we could obviously take shorts. If not, then we're gonna kind of erase this fair value gap and just wait for about a 65 point sell-off. Unfortunately, that's a lot, but there we go. Okay, so we're kind of pushing up here. So yeah, I'm not gonna take this. I'm gonna leave it open for the next 2 minutes to see if we get a rejecting back down. But I want to see us take out this level of liquidity soon. ES is about to take it out right here, which is something that we knew that was gonna happen before we took the shorts. But let's see, we're getting a rejection back down, bro. There's no way we miss it again by one tick and we go back down, bro. There's no way. But like I said, I'm going to be open to still taking shorts off of this one only if we hold below it for the next minute and 30 seconds. All right, and we're getting a very, very nice green to red candle flip here. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, so it'll kind of look more like this. Kind of like that, all right? There you go. Yeah, if we can hold down the selling, which honestly is coming in pretty... I'm surprised that we just didn't take this out, which kind of worries me a little bit, but... Okay, now we're holding below the fair value gap, so let's see if we can find an entry soon. I need a lot of selling, though. I need a lot of selling to really step in here. If anything, we will need this low to get broken before we really take the position. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. All right, let's see. Because it's kind of like I said, guys, it's buyers and sellers are fighting for a trend right now. Why exactly? Because remember, guys, we took out a lot of objectives to the upside, and now sellers are really trying to step in, but buyers just want it a little bit more, right? Hence why we're getting pushed up, pushed down, pushed up, pushed down. All right. So if you guys are wondering, like, hey, like, why are we trying to trade the doji candle? We're just trying to see if sellers can really win this fight against the buyers to obviously push this really down. All right. So let's see if we can find an entry really, really soon here. All right, guys. Yeah, there's just selling really stepping in. Let me see. Because I want to get near that low that we created on the 5 minute. Wait, TradeAway hasn't really broken the low. So that's weird how on TradingView it broke the low, but TradeAway hasn't really broken anything. So I'm not in yet. I'm just trying to make sure that we get the most selling because obviously I'm not trying to get in between a fight between buyers and sellers where we pull back up, we pull back down, we pull back up, we pull back down. All right. So yeah. So if we get, I would say it's safe to say if we get one more green to red flip here into the low right down here, I might want to size light on this one just because it's so like out of control. Let's see. Like I said, if we can get a green to red here into like maybe 944, I'm just probably gonna click the button and just go from there. Because I mean, how many more rejections can sellers really get? You know what I mean? So we just need that buying exhaustion, which we're kind of getting, but it's obviously it's not fully formed yet, which is why I'm not in shorts yet. But I am definitely open to it. I definitely do wanna look to take it very very soon. Okay, let's see what we can do. And now, if this fair value gap takes too long to really inverse, and it takes too long to get selling and everything, it doesn't really mean that our bias is wrong. It just means that we're gonna have to wait a little bit longer and just wait for this fair value gap over here to really get inverse, because this will be such a cleaner entry. All right, but okay, look, if this candle right here closes above the gap in the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna scratch this idea out of the play. But if this candle is able to flip back down into 944, I might consider taking short into obviously all of these price targets below. All right, but like I said, right now it's kind of like a huge fight between buyers and sellers on who could take control at the most important level of the day. So it's, what I mean, we kind of have to wait this one out and see what really happens. But like I said, guys, if this candle holds up above the gap in the next 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I'm going to delete this gap and wait for this gap to get inverse. Or if buyers win the fight and they really take control of the trend, and by that I mean pretty much breaking above the high and holding above this high over here, we'll remain bullish and kind of just look to inverse this gap over here and target all of these highs up here into all-time high. All right, so we're open to both directions, which is a good sign. We just need to see who is stronger right now. Is it buyers or is it sellers? All right, so for the meantime, I want to delete this just so I don't confuse anyone tuning into the stream. But yeah, let's see. Now, obviously, I kind of doubt that we're gonna flip back down, so I'm gonna delete this fair value gap. I doubt we're gonna be taking it either way. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and see. We just broke a new high here. So if anything, we might have to. Yeah, we just took out the high over here on ES, this New York high, right? Yeah, the New York high. We just took it out. So let's see what we can do here. I'm really hoping that we can take out this high over here, which is gonna be the external high. And then this level, guys, this level right here is the one that we've been waiting on all morning. This level will tell us everything that we need to know. All right, this level will tell us, okay, we took out every level of liquidity to the upside. We want to go back down, or we took out all of the levels of the nearby liquidity to the upside, but we're still in control. The buyers, and we want to inverse this fair value gap and target even higher into the next 3 objectives right up here. All right, so this level right here is going to tell us the whole story as to what's going to happen for the next maybe hour or 2 hours. All right, so let's pay attention here. All right, guys. And like I said, I'm not really going to be open to this fair value gap anymore. Not only was it really small, but I mean, it's obviously not going to get held down anytime soon. All right, so yeah, we're going to have to be open to this one in the meantime. All right, unless we create someone or some over here, we could probably take it, but in the meantime, yeah, we're gonna have to focus on this 5-minute gap over here. But yeah. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Today, we have charted a lot. I don't remember having this many lines on our chart since, like, I don't know. It's a lot of confirmations today, a lot to take in. So if you guys are new to the premium, you guys might be like, yo, like, what the hell am I looking at, bro? And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, the charts are never this packed with like levels and gaps and all that stuff. So if you're new here, guys, don't even worry about it. You know what I mean? It's just it's a lot to take in, which is why I'm talking so much today. But I mean, it's a lot to take in, but we know what to look for, right? It's just reactions, all right? So now, once again, now that we took out the main level of liquidity over here, we're just looking for literally just one reaction. Do we hold above the level or do we hold below the level? If we hold above, we're bullish. If we hold below, we're bearish. All right, it's pretty much that simple. All right, now I know a few minutes ago it looked a little complicated because we had this level, this level, this level, rejection, a whole million, a whole million stuff. But now it's just focused on one level, and we're good. All right, so this candle right here is pretty much going to tell us the whole story behind everything. All right, so yeah, see what we can work with here. I'm gonna delete this now. Kind of edit the levels here on ES. Yeah, we're still holding this green. So if anything, we're gonna have to lean more towards bullish. For now. It depends on how we inverse the fair value gap. Because this will be my entry into longs. The one above, pretty much 23,000 on the dot will be my entry. But in the meantime, let me kind of mark out. This will be a London IDOL. This will be the external external IDOL. So we could target these on ES, and then for NQ, we would do something like this. How are the candles moving? If they're moving more than 35 points, then 38 points. We could probably do. For now, I'm gonna stick to 30 point stop loss just for now. But the volume is definitely there. I feel like 30 points should be just enough to squeeze a nice trade. So we could do something like. Let's make this would be pretty ideal. Yeah, yes, it's breaking new highs and everything. So yeah, I definitely do like this for sure. Now, guys, I am gonna use the bathroom really quick because I have been kind of holding it since I started the stream, and I feel like now would be like a really good time now that I explained the setup like a million times. So I'm gonna go use it real quick. All right, I'll be back. Hold up, guys. All right, I am back, and we have yet to do anything. Surprisingly, we're still holding the same candle. All right, I'm back, but yeah. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm feeling a little bit better from yesterday, from the whole headache thing, but I'm still feeling like a little like nauseous. I don't know. They said everything was okay, so I probably shouldn't be too worried. But yeah, I should drink some more water. All right. And by the way, guys, so many of you guys have been getting payouts lately. For the people requesting payouts and everything, guys, huge congrats, man. Huge congrats. That's one step in the right direction. I'd love to see it. I'm probably gonna take a nap right after this, bro. I'm not really feeling the best still. But they gave me medicine and everything. I was feeling fine yesterday as well. But dude, I woke up today feeling a little bit better for sure, but still there. I think it's anytime I look down, it kind of just comes back up. Let me take off my jacket. Maybe it's just really hot in the house. All right. Yeah, it is. Because now, guys, I'm looking down at my phone and I'm feeling it a lot more. Let me check up the guys. I have not opened the chat since I started the stream, man. I've been yapping so much, bro. That happens to me too. Nah, but it's never happened until like 2 days ago. Just got my first payout on TBT. Yes, bro. Good stuff, bro. Good stuff. By the way, if you guys got your payouts, guys, go post it over in the payouts channel. I'll give you. I'm gonna be posting all of the payouts that you guys got over the week or 2 weeks tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. All right, but anyways, guys, we are breaking some highs here. So remember, if we pump up about 12 more points, we should be good enough for an entry into longs very soon. But obviously, we need a little bit more buying pressure because right now it's we're there. You know what I mean? We're breaking new highs and everything. But man, we are kind of slow right now. You know what I mean? It's a little slower than usual. We're approaching 23,000. Yeah, I do want to see an extra push up here. All right, let's see. We have 9 more points left. I just need to make sure that we have a lot of buying pressure here, which it kind of seems like we're kind of stepping in here, which I do like. Now, guys, we would have been done for the dude. I'm gonna keep mentioning this until the end of time, bro. Look at that, 85 points if we would have entered off this one, bro. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. We have to lock it into this setup. Yeah, the buying pressure is a little. I'm gonna say it's a little iffy right now. It's just a little slower than what it was maybe a few candles ago. Maybe I'll mark this out. All right, let's see. We're getting some buying pressure here. Let me kind of start getting this ready. Dude, I feel really bad, man. It's getting literally worse but as the seconds go on. Remember my glasses. Maybe it's that. All right, there you go. All right, next candle opened up. Let's see if we can get a nice push here. Very nice red. Dude, I'm feeling really bad, bro. I need this trade to finish, but I had to tell my mom to see if she can get me some medicine or something. Wait, actually, they prescribed me with something. I have to go pick it up at the store. Let me see what it is. Hold up. All right, we got the inverse. Let's see if we can push above. In the meantime, let me see what they gave me. Because, dude, I'm actually feeling really bad by as the seconds go on, guys. Let me check. Yeah, no, they just gave me like that headache pill. Every 8 hours, just take it. All right, I have to go pick it up after this trade. Because, dude, I am feeling horrible right now, bro. All right, let me kind of put this over to the side real quick. Let me focus on the trade. All right, let's see if we can get a nice clean break above the gap here. Trump is live. Let me check it out. Dude, don't tell me he goes live the second we're about to get an entry. Hold up. Before I enter, let me check. No, Alex, that's even higher tariffs on Canadian goods. Oof. Syntaxes for the floods. Remember, guys, some YouTube streams they restream it. So be careful with that. Be careful with that. And make sure that a lot of news sources like what is it? Credible news sources are. Let me double check for you guys. Hold up. Trump live. It's only one. Yeah, no. Trump visits tariffs Texas after floods. Yeah, no, it's nothing on tariffs. And I'm not really seeing too many news sources being live right now. So, all right, anyways, let's see. Try to see if we can get a clean break through this gap here so I can enter. Basically, like a clean breakout here. It's kind of like we're just trading above it, but nothing crazy. Like nothing telling us like, hey, like buyers, we're gonna keep breaking this up. You know what I mean? That's what I'm waiting for. I'm just waiting for that final trade on top confirmation with just a little bit more volume in the markets. Dude, I am feeling horrible, bro. Oh no, he is talking. Hold up. Well, the market isn't really reacting, but wait. This came out like what, like maybe a little bit ago. Trump on Canada tariff carve outs. We'll see. What does carve out mean? Like lowering it or something? They talked to Brazil on tariffs at some point. I think it was fairly well received. Nothing saying that he's gonna do anything about it. So I'm gonna keep this open on the side just in case something comes out, and just so we're super aware. But in the meantime, guys, still no entry as of yet. I'm still waiting for a clean breakout above this gap here. No, I'm not gonna enter. Let's see if we can get a nice flip here. Dude, I'm feeling really fucking dizzy, bro. Let me see. After you're done trading, yeah, no, bro. I'm gonna go straight. I'm gonna go pick up the medicine and just go straight to sleep, bro. Cause, dude, today I woke up super tired, and yeah, but they didn't give me like any crazy medicine. It's just like for the headache. I don't have a headache. It's just I'm feeling really dizzy, or just nauseous or whatever. Maybe that helps. I don't know. Hopefully we're able to break above this candle or above this gap in this candle over here. Because if not, then it's gonna get a little bit ugly. Yes, it's holding up though. That's a good sign. Nah, bro. I've been drinking water all day. I will admit though, the volume is definitely dying down a little bit. So that's why I'm telling you guys to wait on a very nice buying candle first, because these little small candles, they're not really enough to tell us that we want to see higher. Although draw might be a little bit clear and everything. Remember, we need the volume to go into it. If you don't have the volume, then even if draw is clear, it's, you know what I mean, we're not gonna go into it. That's what I tell you guys in the commentary. Anytime before you guys take a trade, always look for a push above. Just because price breaks above the gap does not mean it's a valid entry. Remember, it's a strong push above, an aggressive candle above. All right, I tell you guys this in every single commentary. All right, just because we break above doesn't mean much. All right, so that's what we're waiting on right now. So I say maybe like a break above like 05 would be pretty ideal for an entry. Let's see, we're about to get it here. It's just the volume is a little iffy. And ES is 2 points away from one of the price targets. So we would have to find an entry soon just so we can get something up there. No, volume completely died out. Thank you, weak. Yeah, it's not that it's weak, it's just slowing down. Slowing down a little bit. If we don't get a red to green flip here, guys, I might just get off, but I'm not feeling too. I don't know why though. It's like I got up to go use the bathroom and out of nowhere just started getting a little bit dizzy. It got worse by the second. All right, but we got a green to red flip here. Let's see if we can find a break out of this range. Oof, there we go. Oh my, okay. All right, guys, I'm in longs. I'm gonna give it a shot here. I'm in longs. I got for that 23,006. Give it a shot here. Put it out that I'm in longs. I'm gonna put my stop loss at, once again, guys, my stop loss will be placed at 22,969. So 969, there we go. Guys, if ES hits this London high over here, I might take scales out before any price targets. Maybe something like just to secure something. Dude, I don't know if the glass is made it worse or if it's just getting worse in general, bro. Wow, bro. Meantime, I'm gonna catch up with the chat. Like I said, I have not read the chat all day today. Like barely. Sinchowski? Yeah, no problem, no problem. It's just the volume is a little off, so straight could definitely take a while. But if draw seems clear and we're holding above the gap, we should be good. Balas, you should offer in incentives. What is that? Oh, bro. So here, bro, I don't know, man. Keep your head up, gang. Literally, dude, I'm drawing, bro. I'm drawing. How many PAs have you done here first? Good amount, bro. I feel like maybe. Dude, hold on. I'm feeling really bad, bro. Incentives is a drug. Well, what do you mean then? So, Sean, can you just keep in mind I trade by tens. Like I copy trade 10. Take a hit, it'll clear, bro. Should we be worried about the 15-minute fair value gap? As long as buyers are stepping in pretty nice, we should be chilling. Right now we're getting a little bit of a pullback. But if this fair value gap doesn't end up holding up, I'm kind of gonna get rid of the long bias. Since this is kind of the only thing that we had to work with longs. And if buyers start getting weak here and sellers really start taking control, I'm gonna wait for a DOL sweep off of this and just take an inverse off this later today. But that's if buyers get weak. Yeah, right now the volume is just a little slow, so pullbacks here and there could happen. Don't worry about it too much, but yeah, it just depends on how we hold. How stacks. What are you sizing, bro? Yeah, I would say that ES does have a little bit more room for higher. So I don't want to say I'm too worried. I mean, the market is just a little slow with the volume, so expect some red candles here and there. But as long as we don't like really get too weak to the point where we go to the stop loss, I mean, the draw is up there. You know what I mean? We have that London high above. It's about what, like 5 points above. So hopefully ES can help NQ shoot a little bit higher into the price target up here. My draw is 300. Bro. Try less screen. Yeah, no. If this trade doesn't really work out, I might just come back during the PM session once I start feeling a little bit better. And just because I do have a setup if sellers do end up stepping in, which it kind of seems like they are a little bit in the meantime. I'm still open to taking shorts off this one right here if buyers don't really step up here. And we just go based off that. Yeah, I know sellers are kind of stepping in quite a bit here. So let me see. Yeah, selling is coming a little. I mean, it kind of seems like we're slowly getting the buyer exhaustion. So yeah. Worst case, if we get stopped on this one, I would just come back during the PM session if the selling really does step in and the buyer exhaustion really does flow through. We can still take shorts off of this. I'll be open to this one over here. But yeah, we'll see. So far, I'm still in. It's more of kind of just like a pullback still, so we'll see how this holds. We top ticked it. I mean, bro, what do you want me to tell you, bro? It was my entry. It was what I was looking for. Buyers weren't strong enough, so I didn't trust the inverse 15-minute rally gap. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, in my opinion, draw is still a little bit clear to the upside. At least into this London high on ES. We just need that extra, that extra hand to really push back up. Yeah, but no, volume is definitely dying down a little bit. So if this trade even does end up holding up, it could definitely take some time to really shoot into that price target. I don't know. From the looks of it, kind of seems like we're getting a little bit of some buying exhaustion. Bro, I see what you guys are sending. But we'll see. We'll see. Bro. See if we can get a candle flip here. That'd be beautiful. I mean, not that it would really mean much, since the volume is so low, because we could just get another unexpected sell-off right after. But Alright, next time to open up. Let's see what we can get here. We're gonna flip here. I will kind of say though, guys, although I do want the market to go up, it kind of does seem like the buyer exhaustion is slowly coming in. I mean, we have been pushing up all morning. Although we could probably shoot up a little bit higher into the London high, it kind of just seems like it's, what I mean? Like, I mean, look at this. Buyers, strong buying, strong buying, strong buying. We take out most levels of liquidity, and then it kind of starts slowing down a little bit. So we could probably still shoot higher. It's just, what I mean? It's definitely something to keep in the back of your mind. You know what I mean? Especially with the volume kind of dying down here. So it could have been a little better for sure, but it's fine if anything. Yeah, selling is coming in a little strong here. I really don't doubt if we get the buyer exhaustion right now. If we do, I mean, I guess it's fine. If the selling does come in strong, we can still take an entry off this. I'll be open to it, but yeah, it kind of sucks with that entry, bro. Yeah, it's kind of getting a little weak here. It's about to hold below this level of liquidity. So that's going to be the cue for the bearish buys. Let's see. I'm about to get stopped out here. Or not. Okay. Dude, this market definitely isn't helping with the feeling, bro. What's good, John? What's going on? Missing the magnet? Bro, it's just the volume is super dead right now, bro. Trying to see if we can we literally edged the stop loss, but I don't know. I'm convinced that the buying pressure is out of the picture. So it's just kind of waiting for that stop. I'll be very surprised if we actually reverse from this because, like I said, guys, I know we're in longs. I know we want to go up and everything, but guys, look at the buying exhaustion is it's gone. You know, I mean the buying exhaustion is coming in. So if we actually push up here, I'll actually be very very surprised. Like very very surprised, but we'll see. I don't want to scare you guys either, of course. I mean, I really hope that we go up as well. But it's just that volume dying down, bro, and us getting close to that stop loss. It's never really a good sign. Let's hold hands and pray. Hopefully, it's getting to that point. You know what I mean? Do you reckon if it rejected from the fair value gap above? I'm assuming you're talking about the 15-minute fair value gap here. I mean, it could have, yeah, but the thing is, draw is clear. I mean, we're not really, we weren't at least, we weren't holding. I mean, we're holding below this London nor external low. We were holding above it with very nice buying pressure. So, I mean, if we were holding above these two levels, why not go into this level above? You know what I mean? I mean, I guess this could be a little bit of an obstacle, especially with the buying volume really dying down. So I guess that's the case. But in the meantime, it's just more of the volume. It just died down as we entered. You know what I mean? The buyer exhaustion is coming in, which is kind of making me lose hope for this trade a little bit. Although we're still in, but I'm just kind of waiting on that to happen. But yeah, this volume is kind of dead. Now, like I said, if we do end up getting stopped out on this trade, guys, I'm still gonna trade later today during the PM session. I'll be if the selling pressure does end up coming in really, really strong, which it kind of seems like we're about to get stopped out here. We're about what three-ish points away. If the selling pressure does come through, I might just look to take shorts off this fair value gap down here for the PM session and just look to make it back. I'll be confident with this trade, especially with the buying volume definitely dying down. If sellers can pick up around here and shoot it to here, we can definitely look to take shorts in the PM and possibly make it back because we do have price targets below as well. I would like that as long as the volume looks good, of course. But in the meantime, it's kind of we're literally edging the stop loss here. But yeah, I'm about to get stopped out. It literally ticked it. Let's see. See if I get stopped out. And let's see. And I am out. All right, guys. I got stopped out on this one. Unfortunately, we got stuck. We got hit with the buyer exhaustion. But it's cool. It's cool. It seems the selling pressure does come in strong. I mean, I doubt we see it anytime soon just because of the volume. But we need to sell off literally from where we're at right now about 64 points to see this inverse. Because if the buying is not going to be in the picture, obviously we're going to be looking for shorts. I'll stay on for a little bit longer. I was trying to rest, but if the selling does come in nice, we could probably look to take some shorts off that. Yeah, it's actually coming in really, really nice, in fact. So the setup would look somewhat like this, if anything. So I'll still stick to 30 points just because the volume is still a little bit like, like this. And I'll just look to target all of these lows down here, just like that. I'm not too worried. If the market does move good, coming into PM session, we could definitely make this back. Or maybe we even see it right now. I mean, selling off 60 points, it's not impossible. With this volume, maybe it's not impossible, but we'll see what we can work with. But damn it, it kind of sucks that we got caught last second with the buying exhaustion. Let's see. I mean, the selling is coming in nice, so I guess buyers are completely out of the picture starting now. You know, how many points did we sell off in this candle? 37. There's about 15 seconds left in this candle. I wouldn't. I don't think I would want to trade a retracement off of this. I mean, we are holding below the lows now, to be fair. So it'll be the external low DOL. And then we have 37 points. So we can't really trade a retracement off this. So we're still going to wait for this one instead. And then just do something from here with the London low DOL. Or, I mean, not external high, my bad. Yeah, the selling is coming in actually really nice. So top, and then DOL. I'm gonna give the market maybe like until like 11:20 to see if we can like get the selling on live. But if not, guys, I'm really gonna have to go rest. But yeah, I actually really like the setup a lot more, especially now that we took out all of the highs, especially on ES. As long as we're able to hold below these lows, I'll stay bearish. Especially with the selling, the selling pressure coming in. And if we get this, I'll definitely take shorts for today. We forced that one? No, we didn't. The setup was there, bro. It's just the volume died out on us. Guys, anytime we take a red trade does not mean that we forced it. I always see the pattern on people saying, "Oh, like we forced the trade." No, man, everything was there. It just didn't work out. You know what I mean? It happens. Part of the game. Exactly. The setup was there. We waited for it. It didn't work out. All right, on to the next one. Yeah, let's see if we can break this candle low. Like I said, we still need to sell off 60 points. So hopefully you see a lot of selling pressure coming in soon. Someone said that Trump is speaking. Hopefully that's enough to sell off the market. But yeah, I mean, this is kind of the only setup that I have to work with for now. There's nothing on the 15-minute either. Total loss, Fleer. Like I said, I'm gonna give the market maybe until like 11:20. If I don't see the move that I want to see in that time, like that time span, I'll come back later. It's just, guys, I'm gonna have to go pick up the medicine, bro, because it got a little bit better, honestly. But Do you go short? Yeah, I might. I might. Thank you, Witch King. I might just wait for the whole MSS model to form here. It might take some time just because the volume is so dead. So I feel like the case might be come back later and it will be a little bit better. And today, guys, I'm gonna be doing a live during the PM session because anytime I try doing commentary, bro, I literally guide you guys through the entire trade as much as I can, and I still get asked them like you guys don't read. So in order just to avoid that headache for today, I might just get on live for today and just not do that. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna come back later because I have a bearish bias now. I really do like this trade over here, but it might take some time to kind of play out because remember you have to form the trend, you have to get the lower highs and lower lows, and that could take some time. But once it's ready, I'm gonna get straight back on live. I'm not even gonna put out like any commentary or whatever, and then just take this trade live with you guys. But yeah, all right. All right, I'll see you guys in a little bit. Once the setup is ready, obviously, have your notifications on. I'm gonna go pick up my medicine because, yeah, and yeah, have your notifications on, guys. Once I get back on, I'll get on live, and then we just take this straight together. All right, guys. So yeah, remember, keep your notifications on. I don't want to hear that anyone missed it. All right, guys. All right, I'll see you guys later then. All right, peace out, guys. Peace, peace, peace. And YouTube, guys, hopefully you guys enjoyed the stream. Man, today my energy is not there. Unfortunately, we got one losing trade, which is not the end of the world. I'm sure I can make it back later today, so I'm not too worried. Now I won't be live on YouTube later today, but if you guys obviously want to get access to the premium PM live trading, guys, then join the premium first link in the description, and I'll be live trading all of the setups there for today, so we can make this loss back. All right, guys. But other than that, guys, I will be getting off. I'm gonna go pick up my medicine, man, because I'm not feeling well at all. And yeah, I'll see you guys next week, Monday. All right, guys. Take it easy. Have a blessed weekend. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the premium so we can go live later today. But if not, I'll see you guys on Monday. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later then. All right.